What is up, my tribal people? Welcome back to another episode clip of Pree Da Podcast. And just a reminder that these are only shortened clips. And if you want to listen to the full episode where we talk about way more, make sure you click the first link in the description below. Alternatively, you can type in Pree Da Podcast on all your audio listening platforms. And if you want to keep up with what goes on behind the scenes, make sure you give our Instagram a follow at Pree Da Podcast. And now with that out of the way, I'll catch you guys on the other side.
I wanted to make it like completely personal, so then I started to come up with the slogan. The slogan is your personal journey towards total zen.
Hey, that's nice.
You know what I mean?
Podcast with your host Mujaro.
What's up, my tribal people? Welcome back to Pree Da Podcast. And you guys already know what I'm going to say. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before the end of the year. And by sharing this to your friends and family, that goes a long way in helping us do that. And without further ado, let's get into it. Like I said, you just didn't do basketball. You just didn't do clubs. You did other stuff after, all these experiences and gaining clients and gaining connections, communicate with different people, working with people. You found yourself, in charge of a candy store, an American style candy store called The Joint. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this place was the spot. On Instagram for a whole year straight during university, all I could see on my feed was this guy at The Joint, this influencer at The Joint, Sean at The Joint, Troy at The Joint, Tim at The Joint, Demi at The Joint. Everyone's at The Joint but me. I'm like, bro, like, I want to be there. Like, all these celebrities coming through from Birmingham, and you're like, right, I need to go there. Like, so tell me about that. How did you get involved in this candy store?
Yeah, so I was, once I left Worcester, I was more like chilling with people from back home now. And engaging with that community again. So one of my best friends growing up, Banks, shout out him. He's got a really creative mind. So him and one of my other friends was together, and he said to my other friend, don't you think it would be sick if we could just get all the best munchies, yeah, as well as all our rolling stuff, all in one place? He's like, that would be sick, innit? And then my friend was like, yeah. He was like, we should do it. And he was like, yeah, we should. They've contacted me literally, I think either the same night or the next day, and told me all about it. Yeah. And then it was like coming up with names and whatnot. And we was like, the joint. And then one of our friends was like, nah, that sounds too hood. That sounds this, whatever. We was like, nah, it's perfect.
Yeah. It's
actually perfect, because the people we're trying to engage are people who, are smokers, and people who like, the sweets, their treats, their munchies, their snacks, their drinks, something a bit different. And we want to make it cool as well. So, yeah, man, The Joint was the name. Literally, it happened so fast as well. It wasn't like, oh yeah, we came up with the idea and then a few months later we got a shop. And no, it was literally, got the name, went to a unit the very next day. Yeah, bro.
No messing about.
You went there to see it, measured the place, done some negotiating on the rent and all that kind of stuff, and got a few months for free or for half price. While we was building everything, went and got the wood ourselves, done all the measurements, chopping, sawing, borrowing, people's tools and stuff like that.
Right.
Getting this graffiti artist to come in and spray the wall and everything. Creating a social media account, starting to create that buzz around it and everything. Yeah. And I felt like I was very adept at the social media side of things, because I felt like I'd done it so much for Click and everything that it was just like
nothing.
You mean? Yeah. And those guys, even if you ask them now, they'll tell you the same thing. They thought to themselves, why is this guy spending so much on the social media? Bruh, we need to get the shop done. I was like, listen, when the shop's done, we've already got an active market
Yeah.
because I'm building the social media.
So when you say we're open, and then you start releasing content, videos, pictures, you're like you're building up so that when you're open, you'll hit the ground running instead of thinking, okay, we build a shop up. Now let's go look for clients. No, you build up the clients while you're sorting out the shop and tease it, say, yeah, we're coming soon, Birmingham, this is the spot, da-da-da-da. And then even some people who might be eager about like, oh yeah, aren't they open yet? And then they go and see, oh no, they're still working on it. And then you speak to them saying, yeah, X, Y, Z, we're doing this, we're doing that. And just start building a community like that. And you guys did a great job of that.
Exactly. And then this is the thing, like, I knew as well that if I start from now, and I keep showing people the building journey and keep showing them like even small products, which we're just testing in the meantime as we're testing them and, showing them, us going to pick up wood and us sawing and, our development and little quotes every now and again, that we, from a picture that we've took of us laughing or something like that. People are now falling in love with the journey of the joint, not just waiting for the products that we're going to give to them. But
invested in story.
On the journey, it's now become a thing where people are like coming onto the joints page just to watch our stories.
Yeah, just to see what you're missing out on.
Exactly, because there was always something crazy happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And that was like one of the most beautiful things about it, is because like literally it was just, I felt like I just had so much freedom to just be my best creative self.
Get gums to my yard and I don't pay. Sleep in a hotel when I don't pay. XOYO when I don't pay. Get love in the dance but I don't say. On stage at a show but I don't spray. Man can't try to sing cause I don't play.
Count me in please, Ams. Count me in. I know we're rolling. Count me in.
3, 2, 1 and action.
Hi, we're reporting live from the Joint UK. My name is Ramone Josephs, and right here we have some truffles from Totally Truffles. Or Totally Truffled. We'll write it down in the comment, and I'm about to dive in. Ooh. Decoration looking all neat. The underneath. Ooh. Oh gosh, it smells. Ooh. If my girl smells like this and I get home, it's a problem and all like that.
You know what I mean? Because like literally I've got this shop here. I started to employ like people who I wanted to be there, who I felt like suited the feel of the shop. And it was a lot of people that I did already know. And then just start doing like just crazy stuff with them, like having dance-offs in the shop.
Talk money in the French. Shut up. Yes. Don't piss me off. One more time. Come on. Talk money in the French. Come on.
And just recording it. Like seeing somebody on Instagram who follows us, who does music, and saying to them, do you want to come down to the shop like right now? And I'll do a video of you in the shop with the sweets and that in the background. They're like, yeah, cool. Come down. do a quick video, and people that weren't expecting it, but then now they're like, oh my gosh, I wonder what they're doing next.
Yeah.
Models in the shop, like Sean and his missus, Lena De Silva, like, yo, having them in the shop on live and everything like that, connecting with their followers and ours, and then starting to do the taste tests and whatnot. I even did 2 community barbecues.
Oh, sick.
At the joint as well.
What was that like, getting that organised?
So it was interesting actually, because the council had locked off half of the road to do like roadworks and whatnot. We didn't see no roadworks happening.
Right.
But they had locked it off, and all I seen was our projections going down. Like we was making like between 400 to 500 a day, in the shop, and it went down to like between 100 to 200 a day, like a massive drop. It was disgusting drop, and it's because people would normally just park up on the other side of the road, and get out and walk across. But then now, because it's only one side of the road, it's hard to park on this side and allow all the cars to pass and the buses to pass. So, we was missing out a lot on that trade. But I was like, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Yep.
And that's what you did.
That's what we did. I was like, we're gonna do a street barbecue. I was like, we're gonna have DJs, we're gonna have local vendors from the area, and everyone's gonna be doing their services for free. Yeah. So what we did is we contacted a few DJs. They all said, yeah, they'd love to be a part of it because the joint's popping. They all said they'd do it for free. Got a few people with vans and said to them, can we use your vans? You just need to park by the side of the shop. We're going to run the electric from the shop into the van. The DJs can sit up in the van, open up the side door and perform out of the side door. Wow. And we'll have speakers set up on both of the vans, so that the streets just booming with music. You know what I mean? Yeah. Contacted all the vendors. All the vendors agreed to it. All they needed to bring was like small like gazebos just to set up. And they was all offering their services for free just for a follow, And then we had like local artists, especially young artists and whatnot, come in and performing as well. And we gave them like performance slots, gave them put them on a poster, had artwork done, had this done.
The whole works.
Yeah, man. Free food as well, free vegan food from Divine Simpatico. Big up her. Like, yeah, man, the food was banging as well. People was going back up for seconds and everything, but we done over like 300 people with food.
Success.
That was a sick event. It was a sick event still. Even Mowgli, the artist from Birmingham, he made an appearance. He's close to blowing. Watch him. Yeah, man. There was quite a few people that made an appearance. Bomber B. Yeah, man. Quite a lot of people. Kyle. Infamous Isaac.
Yo, my man. Yo.
They performed.
These guys, like, this is one of them where you don't realize, people doing their thing until, you see them. But, Infamous Isaac, I've been following him for a while, like, Tim, Troy, and then man invited me to go carnival with them like a couple years back, and that's where I met Infamous Isaac and AJ. And AJ was there as well, and he was doing his music, and he was slowly making a name for himself. And they were working together because they had creative ideas very similar, and they liked to work with each other. And I heard his music, I was like, yo, this guy, this is the next guy up.
I can't forget who I am. Heard through the grapevine and speak on my name with day jam. Same energy when the team, we don't think the day can. You can't throw dirt on my name and think you remain gang. Public enemy number one. Public enemy number one. Baby, I drop a hate in my heart. Love me when it's all said and done. Oh, public enemy number one. Public enemy number one. Baby, I drop a hate in my heart. Love me when it's all said and done.
And then I said to him, I literally said this to him. I said, yo, your style, reminds me of Shaka. Like, with the melodies and the singing, and your vocals are very similar. Like, if you guys ever made a collaboration together, that would be crazy. And 5 years later, I get not a notification. I see on my feed, because I follow him. I see him on my feed, and he's teasing the video, and it's him. And then coming out of the misty shadows of the video, it's Shaka. I'm like, bruh. Lock off, game over. I pre-saved it. I was waiting for it to come out. Came out, banging it for months.
I try my best to be a bigger man. Prayer that comes with a good heart is pushing me over the limit, over the agree. Limit you see, my style on me. Charge it to the game for free. Over the limit, over the agree. When you speak on me, that's pending fees. Them no better than, can't better than.
I still bang it. It's a cold song. I'll probably play a link, play a little clip for people, to listen to. It's,
for sure. And then now we're seeing him with Skepta.
Right, yeah. We've seen him with Skepta, and who else have we seen him with? We've seen him with, is it, not Lou, Not Luke.
Well, I've seen Stormzy playing his tune on his story.
Yeah, he's next up.
He's
and then AJ Soon, seeing him. I've seen him on magazines, seeing him, doing interviews on magazines and stuff like that. So him, Demi, and them man doing their thing, and Tim as well, Troy, Sean always been doing his thing. Like it's crazy, like the amount of people we know that are in the industry doing their thing, and it's very inspirational. That's like one of the things that inspired me. I'm like, right, all my boys are doing their thing. And I was like, yo, I want to do something like this. It might not be singing because I'm not a singer. It might not be, rapping or anything or being a model, even though I have the face for it. But I wanted to do something for myself, and I was like, podcasting. It was just like, it was staring me in front of my face. I've done it before. I did it at university. We didn't even get to mention this. You were actually one of my first guests on my university podcast, Do-Rag Productions with me and Sydney. Yo, those are the days, man. We had like what? I don't know how many episodes. We had like 7 episodes or something like that with different people. We had like a group one, talk about men versus women, culture war stuff that's still happening to this day. Like it's only gotten bigger, that conversation about relationships. Like it's crazy. But yeah, we'll talk about that another time. I'm pretty sure we'll have you on another time. But yeah, man. Yeah, getting involved in, realizing your network of people that you can actually chat to and be like, hey, how you been, man? That's one of the reasons I hit you up. I was like, yo, how's Ramone doing? Like, I see him, doing Adzenture massages and therapy stuff and that. How'd you get into doing that? Obviously, basketball, one of the main things or one of the perks you had was you could go to the treatment room and receive a sports massage from aspiring masseuses or sports therapists, and they'll obviously do it for free because they're trying to get experience and stuff like that. So how did you end up, going to that route after the joint?
Yeah, so when I was at the joint, it never used to sit well with me that the things that I was selling was actually to the detriment of people's health, because like the products was full of sugar,
Caffeine.
loads of E numbers, a lot of ingredients that I couldn't pronounce, and then the smoking products as well. Like, it's not something which was going to affect people's health in a positive way. And I was starting to really get on my own health journey and think about health and, the stuff that, we're putting into our bodies and, improving our physical, mental health and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, I used to think to myself, how can I develop this and make it into something where I can now benefit people's health? And I used to wrap my brain about it, and I used to think, maybe go down supplying like products which, are good for health and all that kind of stuff, which we did. But then, unfortunately had to, part ways with the joint, sold my percentage and whatnot. And it left me in a period for about 1.5 years where I didn't know what to do. But then one day, I decided I need to get myself some massages, need to get ready for the upcoming season. I had some money coming in and whatnot. So I was just like, let me spend some more money on myself and on my health. I got a massage from Howard Santos. So I see him come up on my Instagram on Black Things UK. So he's came over to my house and whatnot, and he's doing the massage, and I'm talking to him and I'm saying to him, yo, do you know you could do this to improve the business? You could do this. If you added this, you could charge this as an extra service, and this would be, beneficial to you, and this will make the customers feel, like they've had a better customer experience and all that kind of stuff.
Giving out knowledge for free, fam.
Yeah, I'm just giving out knowledge, and that's just how I am anyway. Like, that's just how I am. You know what I mean? Period. But then I was thinking, yo, I could be doing this. Like, this is something that, like, yo, honestly, like, I like to help people. I feel like I'm quite good at massage anyway. I like to connect with people. This is something that I could do. and I could lead a team. You know what I mean? Because I'm already helping this person here, and I've got no experience in his field. You get me?
Yeah.
So I could do this for sure. So I went, got my qualifications. Somebody actually wanted to go into business with me I was giving him a lot of business. But then he decided after I finished the course that, he couldn't go into it right now. But I was like, well, I've already got the experience of doing business. Like I've done 2 already. Yeah. You're going into my 3rd now. So I just set everything up. I hired somebody from my uni, which was University of Wolverhampton at the time, which is where I started doing my 2nd undergrad. And yeah, it was just running from there. Like I had a job at like a COVID ward at the time. So that's what I was using to fund the business and whatnot. Put everything together, decided on a name, Adzenture, which obviously is a cross between adventure and zen, because I felt like, everyone's journey is personal to them, and, one's man's peace is another man's chaos. You know what I mean? And another man's chaos is another man's peace. So I wanted to make it like completely personal. So then I started to come up with the slogan. The slogan is your personal journey towards total zen.
Hey, that's nice.
You know what I mean? So, it started to build and build more. And then I started to, make products and stuff like that. Made this product called Intimacy, which is like a natural aphrodisiac, a natural Viagra. So,
you do have a love for gals, so goes hand in hand.
Yeah, for real. So, like, I was selling that oil, and that oil just really started to take off. And I was selling it like loads. I was selling loads of them, but then I wanted to go back and rebrand the package. So I took it off the market for a bit because I wanted to, rebrand it and, make it proper and everything. Like as you start going through it, obviously you start to realize, okay, then things might not be as straightforward as I originally thought.
Okay.
So then I was like, okay, then now I have to get my products tested and whatnot. So I got my products tested or done now and everything like that. Thank God. But yeah, it's just been a journey. Like I've had so many staff already. I've probably had about 15 or 20 staff, which are employed just by me alone. In the last business, at least I had there was 3 of us. Yeah. He was all joint partners. But then in this...
No pun intended. No pun intended.
I was literally thinking that, But yeah, I'm the only person, I'm the main person for Adzenture. I'm the creator, I'm the founder, I'm the CEO.
Creative director.
Yeah, so literally to manage all of these people and whatnot, it's been interesting. It's been something that I'm used to, though. I can do it. I feel like I'm well equipped from my experiences in the past. So I'm glad that I did every single part of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. From the basketball, which has taught me a lot of discipline, taught me a lot about life, because a lot of the lessons are transferable.
Facts.
To break it, to getting the fracture in my talus bone, which then led me on to start going out more and then chasing girls more, because if I didn't chase the girls as much, maybe I wouldn't have went out as much, and maybe I wouldn't have met my business partner at the time for the events. You know what I mean? Which led me down that route. And then doing the events gave me the confidence that when I went into the shop, I can run the social media, I can make this an active market, I can engage people, I can run these community events and all that kind of stuff. And then doing the shop, when I went into Adzenture, then I was like, okay, now I know how to deal with products and how to order things in and how to take inventory and all that kind of stuff. So it was all kind of it's all kind of built me and kind of led me to this point. You know what I mean? It's like everything that's happened has happened to get me to here.
Yeah, all the experiences, like you said, very transferable. Just collect all the things you have, put it into one and be like, okay, cool. I've had my trials and errors. This is, let me structure it. Let me have a business plan. Let me have goals. Let me have things I want to achieve. Why am I doing this? Have a mission statement. Like you said, you know, your personal journey to Total Zen. Let me start marketing. Let me, you know, rebrand stuff, take off the market, rebrand it, get it tested, have everything on the up and up, you know, employ people and slowly, surely, you know, tell your story. That's why I wanted, you know, to, you know, have you on so that people can actually hear from you and be like, oh, I've seen his videos. I've seen, you know, his massages. I've seen, you know, the stuff he's been on our followers page, but, you know, having a platform to really express who you are, your journey, your experiences. People can take a lot from our conversations, I feel like, about confidence, about motivation, mentality, and just have a belief in yourself. And obviously you can only get where you are with the help of other people as well. So it's not just working by yourself, but working collaborative with other people. And I feel like that's the best way because, you know, there's only so much you can do by yourself. Sometimes you need a help. Sometimes you need to pick me up, not just maybe, you know, figuratively, but literally as well. You know, you get knocked down, you get injured. There's always your teammates to back you up and get you back up again.
Mm-hmm. It's true. You know, it's not always easy. You know what I mean? Definitely not always easy. There's a lot of times where you feel to yourself like, you know, is this 100%? Is this gonna work and whatnot? And you have to kind of snap yourself out of it, pick yourself back up. You know, turn up even though, you know, you don't feel like it. You know, there's sometimes where, you know, I've had appointments coming up and I probably haven't felt like it, but, you know, I know what I want and I know what I want to produce. I know what I want to bring to the world. Exactly. So, you know, it's just kept me going and, you know, I'm proper thankful for this journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm proper thankful.
Yeah. Like, I feel like, you know, well, maybe just for myself, because education was like the biggest part of my life growing up. It was just education. I don't feel like I really got a chance to really appreciate the journey of it all, the people you meet along the way, and, you know, the connections you build and the people you realize, oh yeah, he's doing this and oh, his word is doing that. You know, people doing, you know, coaching, people being artists, people, you know, starting families, owning properties. The other day I saw Gabriel's page, one of our friends. He used to play basketball with Lloyd and them. He started, you know, he you know, owns loads of properties, he's managing them and stuff like that, and now he's starting to build his, you know, presence on online. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember him. Like, he's got a family now. I remember him and Tapio were like, oh, we're not together. And then 5 years later, you guys got a youth now. Like, you guys got kids now. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah,
it's marginal. Like, that one there is crazy because I don't think anyone's seen it coming because Gabriel was just Gabriel. Like,
yeah, he was just doing this thing.
Yeah, like I think he just kept himself to himself, so nobody seen it coming at all. And then all of a sudden he's got a cleaning business, and
the cleaning business took off. Still,
yeah, it took off. Like, he got himself some good contracts straight away. You know what I mean? And then now I'm seeing like properties and stuff like that. You know, he's heavy in church and stuff like that now as well.
Definitely.
I didn't really realize at the time.
Yeah, him and Tapio were definitely spiritual people.
Yeah,
definitely for sure. Like I remember the conversations we used to have at her house in Worcester about the time, saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go church. You know, local church. The pastor. We go Sundays, religious." I was like, "Wow, you strong, powerful couple still." But yeah, before we go, have you got anything you want to say? Any, you know, shout outs you want to make? Any upcoming products or any upcoming events you're hosting? You know, anything you want to leave the people with before we leave?
Yeah, so definitely shout out Adzenture UK. make sure you give us a follow.
Definitely.
We've got so much things coming. Like, don't think you don't understand. Like, I've been working my ass off, and it feels at times like I wasn't getting anywhere, and things have taken so much longer than they probably probably I wanted them to be. But I believe that everything happens for a reason, innit? Yeah, so I believe that it's taking this long for a reason, and I feel like, you know, now's the time. So really, I don't want to spoil anything, but keep your eye on that. I want to shout out the Oracle. I want to shout out DJ 5-Star Kid.
Jeez.
I want to shout out Ashon Cam, aka that Wiz, you know, for the wonderful photography that he's brought and the creativity that, you know, the others that I've mentioned have brought. Shout out the unapologetic creative. And lastly, shout out the host of Pree Da Podcast.
Hey.
Taro.
Jeez. Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Yo, without you, this wouldn't be happening.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Without you, it's all about teamwork, man. All about teamwork.
Yeah, bro.
But you guys have been listening to Pree Da Podcast. You've listened to Ramone Josephs talk about his adventures and all his upcoming adventures. And, you know, you've been listening to Pree Da Podcast. I'm your host, Majaro. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Said I wake up every morning, pray to God that I'm fixing up. Hope I'm never slipping up. Hear the money calling, need my peace to start getting up. Feeling like I'm blessed, but it came with a bit of luck. Feeling like you stressed, then the tension starts to fill you up. Need an intermission, yeah, they ain't the same lane as us. Come from different sticks, yeah, they're not the same range as us. They cop the pleas and top of teas, they're not hitting range with us. Keep